Allisonville Christian Church always has looked beyond just what we do for ourselves. Whether it is the buddy bags or whether it's the food garden, we're always looking at what we can do for others to make this a better world to live in.
Buddy bags is where we put foods into categories, to put into bags to go to schools to help children that don't have good food or don't have any food at all.
Anywhere you go in this church, hospitality is being extended, and it's just a wonderful thing to see.
I just recently got out of the youth group, so thinking back on all the mission trips that we did was a different way to serve, but in different states.
I see Allisonville serving others in many ways. I always think of the food pantry, where we bring food once a month. I think of our outreach and family promise.
It's more than just coming to church. We are more than a group of people that just come to church on Sunday. We are a community of true believers who walk in the way that we are called to serve other people. And we are using our building to do that.
Some of the folk who use the kitchen regularly, we asked them what did they like about the kitchen, and there was a little bit of silence, and then someone said, I like all the memories that happened here or that were created here. But it's time to look for something new.
I can speak on the lack of cabinetry. Because that's those drawers, when you try to pull them out, what are we doing? Yeah, they only come they're halfway out. Right, but then they're deeper than that, so I don't know why they don't roll out more. I can see what's in there, but it's not coming out. I see the spoon, but I just can't get to the spoon. Yeah, I see.
Everyone has agreed that it would be great to have a larger kitchen, one that's more functional, one that is easier to use.
There's a lot of memories in the kitchen, and right now that's about the only good thing I can say about the kitchen.
Last year, I tried to do a service project with our youth group where we made sandwiches to hand out to Horizon House or Wheeler Mission or Second Helpings, but we couldn't do it because our kitchen wasn't licensed and was not up to code.
So right now, we're looking at really trying to expand our ability to feed people, whether that's our own people on Sunday mornings and meals and fellowship events, or whether that's extending to our neighborhood and the broader city through some feeding ministries that we already do, or some new ones that we have hopes of starting down the road. We can't do that in our current kitchen.
I was talking to some of our preschool teachers about the kitchen because the preschool uses it pretty heavily, and I asked them, so what would y'all like to see in a new kitchen? And the first thing they said were appliances that they're not afraid to use or confused about using.
We have plumbing issues. I mean, a lot of that stuff goes back to the 1950s when it was built.
The preschool uses it all the time. CASA uses it all the time. Metaphorically, it's at the heart of what we do here, but at the same, it's also physically in the center of the building, too.
We want to have a stove that is easy to use and that anyone can just walk up there, and if they know how to cook a meal, they'll be able to do it.
Some of us have already talked about having community dinners to serve people within this community.
Having a nice big kitchen with all these commercial appliances, or even just more room, would be very helpful.
Here we are going through the coat rack corridor, and I'm thinking if there's something going on in the family room, I have to go outdoors to get around that. But looky here, we're set up for a fellowship dinner tomorrow.
We have plenty of different groups here all throughout the week, all throughout the day, and if something's in the family room, then it's basically impossible to get across to the other side without interrupting it or having to go outside. And so when I had to do that, when the wind chill was below zero, my Texan heart just kind of shriveled up and froze.
Just anything that's happening in there, you feel like an intruder, and whenever you have to step into that room to go do something else. And we don't want anybody to feel like that when they're in this building for any reason.
And if you're the person that's in there doing something, you don't want the distraction of people.
Or you're like, no, it's okay, come on. I mean, it's a no-win situation.
I needed to get water from the kitchen, and there isn't a way to get around, and it was cold outside, and I didn't want to go outside. So I just had to awkwardly walk through the family room while they were doing yoga.
We all want to see this church thrive, and we know that hopefully means adding more members, having more resources to do more ministry, but we also need to look at the other ways we need to grow. That's why part of the capital campaign is raising money not just for the facility, but also for outreach ministries and even for a staff person that can help coordinate and expand those outreach efforts. So we're growing to serve in every way imaginable here at Allisonville Christian Church.
It's a way that we can say yes to our future as Allisonville, to step into something new and bold and make changes to our physical plant and make changes to our staff that enable us to do new things that we can't do right now.
The capacity that's going to add to our ability to connect with partners across Indianapolis, and the resources we're going to bring with us. We're going to be able to show up and say, we've got some money, we've got some people, we can make a difference and we can have an impact.
The capital campaign is it's the tool that we use to raise money for special programs or special projects. And it's giving over and above what anyone gives to the church as part of their regular giving.
We need something up and above just an operating budget. And the capital campaign is the way for us to do that, is the way for us to reach out further and to dream bigger and to live into that call to go out into God's world.
So if our end goal is to, in general, continue to thrive as a church community, but then also to continue serving others in an efficient and significant way, we have to be willing to do what it takes to reach that end goal.
This isn't about having big dreams and spending lots of money irresponsibly. What we're trying really hard is to do this in a very fiscally responsible way.
Allisonville Christian Church certainly has a history of growing, and I hope that continues, and I think this campaign will be a big part of a new stage of growth here at Allisonville Christian Church.